today's the last day of May, so it's the 31st of May, and it's beautiful and it's warm. We're going to do a wrap up of different things we've been doing this month, all in this video. So take a look at the queen raising. So we're going to look at the Apideas we made up 2 weeks ago. The people that were on the course on the 21st of May, you saw that how it had been drawn out, and the virgins that we put in there, you're going to see that they've now gone out, they've got mated. So we're going to do that, and we're going to mark those queens before we take them out, and they'll go into another production colony. We're also going to take a look at, I did some grafting yesterday evening about 5 o'clock, so we're going to take a look at the grafts and see what's taken and what's not taken in those grafts as well. If you like these videos, be sure to click on the subscribe button and you'll get an update every time we do a new video. If you like this video, click on the little thumbs up as well, that always helps. So this is one of the Apideas that we set up a week last Sunday. I think it was about the 14th of May that we set it up, and we put a queen cell in this one. And if we just go through the frames and we carefully and gently lift them out, you'll see just how well they've actually pulled them out from the small starter strips that we put in there. And there's eggs in every single cell. I'm not sure if we can get a close-up of those, but we'll have a try. And we've got honey stores, we've got pollen that's stored in there as well. And we'll just have a look through and see if we can find the queen. But there's cells in, there's eggs in every cell. Let's see if we can get a close-up of that. Same again with the second frame, stores, pollen and eggs, and they've pulled it out all the way to the bottom. And it's the 31st of May today, so this isn't too bad since the 14th of May when we actually started them off, and all we did was put a couple of bees in every one of these Apideas. One thing you've got to be careful of in the first few weeks, the queen can still be quite flighty. Even though she's mated and she's laying eggs, when you do go through and you do an inspection, you've got to be careful, because sometimes she will fly away. All you've got to do is she flies away, whether it be in an Apidea or if it's a full-size hive, when the queen flies away, put the lid back on and walk away. Don't hang around or don't try and grab her out the air, just walk away, because she's already done an orientation flight when she went out and got mated. So she knows where the hive is and she knows her way back. So if you go away and go back a few hours later, she'll be back in there running around. It shouldn't be much of a problem. The only time that you may have a problem and she might not go back to the hive or the mating nook, if you're doing an inspection on a day when the weather's bad, and you shouldn't be doing an inspection anyway. So we didn't see her on the first or second frame, so I'm taking a wild guess that she's on this frame. And as I say, we've got to be quite careful because they can be quite flighty. So we've got eggs, we've got 1 or 2 hatched eggs where they're going into larvae. So she's been laying for more than 3 days now. And I think she's going to be awkward and she's going to be hanging on the side walls. Because to be quite honest, there's not a lot of room for her to lay in this nook anymore. But what you can do to leave her in there even longer is just take a warm knife or break it off and cut part of this off and throw those eggs away. the bees will work and they'll pull this comb back out again, and it'll give the queen somewhere new to start laying. So there's the queen running around. I don't know if you can quite see her there, but she's in the middle of the frame, and she's just there. And as I say, she's got quite flighty and she's gone away. And there's our queen, the one that flew off earlier. So she'll fly off again. Let's see if we can find it. There she is. Just running down the side of that frame there. We'll pop her back in. But all these frames, they're all nicely drawn out. Eggs, stores, lots and lots and lots of pollen. And what we'll do, we'll come back when we do mount this queen, and we'll slice off the bottom of all of these frames. The bees will pull out more wax and more comb again, and it'll give that queen lots and lots of time to keep laying these up. The longer you leave them in these mating nooks, the better queen you're going to get. I know it's a lot of effort tying up a mating nook with a single queen, because you're not getting a turnover of queens, but trust me, the longer you leave her there, the better she's going to be. So we'll put these back together again. But as I say, if you do lose your queen because she flies off because she's still a bit flighty, put that lid back on, go away 5-10 minutes, come back, you'll see all the bees outside the front fanning furiously for that queen to come back in, just like these bees have been doing. So this is the hive that we've been using with the Cloake Board. So what we did yesterday morning, we came and we put this slide, and we slid this slide in to basically make this so the top half was a queenless hive. Later that day, because it doesn't take long, they know they're queenless within 30 to 40 minutes to the hive. So this top box thinks it's queenless. The queen's actually down in the bottom box, laying quite happily. So we did the manipulations. We opened the back entrance so the bees would go out foraging, come back and start populating the top hive as we return to the front of the hive. And then about 5:30 yesterday afternoon we did a graft. I think we grafted 20 some cells into this hive. So what we'll do is we'll have a look and see how many have actually taken. I'll be honest, it could be all of them, it could be some of them, it could be absolutely none of them, because what were actually happening yesterday with the weather, it pounced it down and it was windy all day. Around 5 o'clock last night it stopped raining, it was still windy, but the sun came out and it did warm up to about 17 degrees quite rapidly. So I thought I'll nip out and I'll do a quick graft and we'll actually see what we can get started today. So hopefully what we're going to see is some of the cells, the bees will be clustered around the cups and they'll start putting a small rim around the grafts until about Saturday, when they'll be fully capped off. And what we'll probably do an update video where we come back and we'll take the cells that have been capped off and we'll move them and we'll put them in the incubator, because we use an incubator system so we can free this actually back up again. What you can do with the Cloake Board system is after they've actually started building the cells, you can remove this bottom board and make it a queen right finisher again. The bees are not going to tear down those cells that they've actually started. They're only going to tear down cells if the queen can get to them, and she'll do the tearing down. But since part of the Cloake Board is a queen excluder, we know that the queen can't get to those cells. So what we'll do, we'll pop the lid off. So this is our cell bar that we've got in the middle. There's sealed honey, pollen and sealed brood in these other bars, so it's a very well fed hive. So if we carefully and gently just move things apart, and we'll see what's actually taken. So on this top bar we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 9 on the top bar, and on the bottom bar we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 on the bottom. So we've got 20 cells, 19, 20 cells, I can't remember what I said for the top bar. But come Saturday they'll all be capped off really nicely. And they'll be ready to go in the incubator, or we could move them directly into a hive for them to emerge in a hive and go off and get mated, or we could put them straight in an Apidea or one of the other mini mating Nucs styles for the queen to emerge in there. As you can see, if I clear some of these bees off, you can see where they've started to pull out the starts of these queen cells. So we'll put them back in and we'll let them carry on working on those queen cells.